Loft 100 Studios in sunny San Diego, California. The new Loft 100 Studios. Big Biz Show's on the air. Great to have you along today. We are brought to you by Prudential. Let Prudential be your rock for retirement. Also brought to you by Splash Beverage Group, the makers of Salt Tequila, Northwest Biotherapeutics. They're curing cancer. Bayer Advanced, better science, better results. Don't put it on your Wheaties. It's fertilizer. Maybe a little company called Starbucks sponsors the show. I'm hopped up on it right now. Bloomin' Brands and their fine family of restaurants, including Outback Steakhouse, which has authentic Australian food. They have bloomin' onions on the side of the road. 22nd Century Group, the makers of the VLN. So much help. Costa there, Sully here, the day trader Quattro there. Bibbity, bobbity.
Boom! I'm about to engage the apparatus in my gym for the 4th straight day after this show.
Your gym at home?
No, my gym that I go to.
Oh, do you have home gym equipment?
I do.
It basically is for hanging clothes, right?
1,000%.
Did you go to the, did you use my tickets last night to the San Diego Padre? But if you're watching us in Dallas or listening to us on American Forces Radio Network, by the way, we're at 110 million TV homes strong in this country, broadcast homes.
Yeah.
We're at 150 radio stations. We're also at American Forces Radio Network in 175 countries and all the ships at sea. So we're on TV and radio at the same time. But so we broadcast here from San Diego. Did you go to the Padre game last night?
I did.
Did you sit in my seats?
I love your seats.
I've never been in my seats.
I know, because
there's access to a bar there. So why would you watch the game from the seats when you can watch it from a bar?
Right. No, I was with 3 buddies, and seats were awesome. You get to order food and drink from where you sit.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they have waiter service?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And we had it all. The only thing you got to do for yourself is get up and go to the bathroom.
All right. Well, you know, they have a Stadium Buddy. Did you interview those guys?
No.
Stadium Buddy. Look at it. I can't talk about it on national TV.
Mind
Look
blown.
up Stadium Buddy.
Okay, I like it.
It's so you don't have to get up.
Oh.
Think astronaut. Think fix your little problem and let's light this candle.
Little tang.
Think Scott Glenn.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Just think about that. I'm just gonna say. Don't. I mean, just.
Okay.
Just.
I'm drier than you. Let's light this candle.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
One of our favorite things we get to do is when you email our producer, our executive producer, Greg Todoroff, with suggestions to who goes on the show. And sometimes it's an author, sometimes it's a celebrity, sometimes it's a CEO of a public company. And we are so blessed to have with us today Mike Praeger, who's the CEO of AvidXchange, stock symbol AVDX. You can go to avidexchange.com. Look who's in studio. There he is, right there. See, that's how important we are. We get CEOs.
Yep.
Great to see you, man.
It's awesome to be here.
What are you doing in San Diego?
Well, I was doing some traveling and had to attend the Gartner conference for growth and innovation this week here in San Diego. And so I said, hey, I'm going to be in town.
Thought we'd steal you.
Rather than doing it virtually like I've done in the past, I wanted to see the new studio.
Well, it's good to have you in. And you're the second person live in studio, and it's great to have you. Talk about AvidXchange. I mean, there's this big competitive moat you guys are in, but you guys continue to sort of break through.
Yeah.
If you look at your news and you spend any time at all on your website, you'll see that it's pretty impressive the trajectory you've taken as a company. I'm going to let you, for the people who haven't heard you before, just take it away and talk to us what you guys are up to.
Yeah. So we're a really interesting company because it's 2023. And it's hard to believe that in kind of the middle market segment in the US alone, still 70% of business payments are made by paper check. And our entire mission is to eliminate the paper invoice and the paper check and move to electronic invoices and electronic payments and automate the business process for our customers. So we kind of consider ourselves a software-enabled payments company. And today, we're approaching 10,000 buyer customers in the U.S. that use our software that are integrated to over 1 million suppliers that are on our network in terms of receiving invoices and making payments to. So, we've been at this for a while, but super excited about the moat that we're building.
Am I accurate in saying that, and I've said this to digital currency guys before, you're not a digital currency guy, but isn't this digital currency? I mean, doesn't this get us close to adoption? Because everybody says, "Oh, we have digital currency." I can't remember. I got the same $20 in my pocket that I've had for the last like 6 months, and as far as the paperless system goes, you're right in the middle of it. I mean, you're actually on-ramping us to this thing that people are so excited about.
Absolutely, and most of the consumers now have direct experience with electronic bill pay and those type of things. But like the hidden secret is in business payments, when you move from that paper invoice and the paper check to electronic, the average company saves actually $12 per transaction in savings.
Really? Between
labor, postage, printing, all those type of things, right?
Here's another question I have for you in terms of that is you talk about the difference. What makes you guys bigger, better, faster, stronger, cheaper? Because there is a competitive valley here that has started a number of years ago with this credit card processing, and now it's much bigger. Talk about that.
Well, the first thing, it's interesting because we didn't really know what we were getting into, when we got into it. But we were a software company only for 12 years. I founded the company in 2000, and in 2012 we launched the AvidPay network, and then we became a payments company. But most importantly, we made the decision then to build a two-sided network, some of the household names of two-sided networks would be like the MasterCards, Visas of the world. But there's not very many of them because it's really hard to build because you have two constituents of customers you have to get at the same time. And so building both sides of the equation is really difficult and expensive. But now when you start getting at scale, you start seeing the flywheel effect of that, and that's had a significant impact on both our growth as well as margins.
As the workforce grows younger, or continues to get younger, do you find exponentially that your client base grows and there's more, more adaptability?
I thought you were going to say as the workforce grows, number 30-year-old, 40. Have any numbers?
No, you bring up a really interesting topic, and I kind of refer to it, as the generational shift. And that is when our kind of older generation, CFOs, controllers start aging out and they're replaced by the younger generation. The first thing they say is like, why am I getting 1,000 checks every Tuesday and Thursday to sign? I don't do this in my personal life. Why am I doing it in business? And the mentality of kind of the traditional CFO is, but part of their job description, they thought from a control perspective is, I need to sign checks. So the younger generation doesn't have that mentality. And so we believe that, within the next 5 years, the majority of those finance professionals in the middle market will now make that transition to the next generation of leadership. And we think that's going to be a really positive tailwind of our adoption cycles.
For our radio audience, we're talking to Mike Praeger, CEO, AvidXchange. AVDX is their stock symbol. For our TV audience, you can see it right on the screen there. Talk about how we are as a country in terms of adoption, how we are as the world adoption towards this sort of type of business. Because it seems to me that we've been sort of in this range for a while, but now it's accelerating, in my opinion. That's just an educated guess based on being a consumer.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is the U.S. market in itself is somewhat unique. In a number of the kind of other, kind of more international markets, countries have kind of standardized, some of the protocols related to data standards. But in the U.S., one of the dynamics that we have is in the middle market alone, about 50% of companies, and so just give you concepts, there are about 435,000 middle market companies just in the US market, and about 50% of them highly align themselves to a specific industry vertical that has unique accounting or business process. And so there's unique accounting systems that support these verticals. And so, for example, in small business, there's really one main accounting system, QuickBooks. But in the middle market, we're integrated today to over 220 different accounting systems because of all the vertical specific accounting systems that support the middle market.
So my next question would be, then what's the go-to-market strategy? I mean, because it's for the taking, right?
Yeah, so so we have a really unique strategy that we today go very deep in 9 industry verticals that we that are really kind of tailor-made for having a big problem around the complexity of accounts payable that we solve. And then we kind of cover what we call the horizontal, and that would be kind of companies that use like the NetSuites, Microsoft Dynamics, more of the horizontal accounting systems that aren't industry specific. And we use our partner channel there. And one of the kind of the hidden secrets about AvidXchange is in that partner channel, we also use banks and accounting systems. And we have over 2,000 banks that actually use AvidXchange to manage their own internal bill payment process.
Before I let you out of here, Dave, first of all, thanks for coming in, and we want to have you back. And anytime you're in San Diego, you're welcome. What's next for you? What are you most excited about for 2023 for the
a week ago we just hosted our first ever Investor Day in Charlotte. We had over 200 kind of participants, both live and virtually. And one of the things we talked about was kind of our growth plans. And next up is a really exciting offering called Invoice Accelerator, where now we're giving suppliers the ability to raise their hand at any point and have any invoice paid when they want it to be paid. So instead of waiting, say, 30 days for an invoice to be paid, they can get it paid tomorrow, and we manage the acceleration of that transaction for them. So it gives the power to the supplier to manage their own cash flow themselves.
Mike has a small ice cream truck business, and he wants to have an invoice decelerator. So we'd like to get you to work on that next. Mike Praeger, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in, man.
Appreciate it.
AvidXchange, stock symbol AVDX, AvidXchange.com. Check it out. We'll put it up on the website. We'll put it out to our 100,000 active followers on Sully Speaks Money and everywhere else. Big Biz Show continues. Stand by. We're back in a minute.